Okay, so I'd like to introduce our third speaker for today. Our third speaker is Tony Dee or Tony Duvandans. I think I got that right, Tony. Close.
Thanks.
Yeah. Tony is a singer and performer, adored around the world for his velvet voice, swinging tunes, and gentle love songs. I feel like I should be a radio announcer. From the early jazz days to the 1950s and beyond. Tony was born with spine bifida and uses full-time. He's a full-time wheelchair user. He's passionate about living life to the full. Thank you for part of being today's Physical Disability Awareness Day, Tony, and over to you.
Thank you, Jeremy. I've just put a timer on myself so I don't waffle on. Um, yeah, I'm Tony. I'm 56 years old. I'm here in Brisbane, Queensland. I'm married. That was a bucket list goal, I guess you'd say. And I have two adult stepchildren. Um, they're almost 30, and the other one's 27. Live just on the north side of Brisbane, uh, and enjoying life, as Jeremy said. Wasn't always that way though. Unlike Dinesh, who has experienced disability as a sudden event, I've lived with it my whole life. So now 56 years and counting. I think I'm doing pretty well for 56. I yeah, grew up. I was born and raised in Brisbane, and I had mum and dad, and after me being the first, there was a sister and then two brothers. I really got treated pretty regularly by everyone in the family. Not treated like somebody who was different or somebody who had a problem. So it was very, I don't know, I guess easy and nondescript for a while. But I went to school. I went to a special school for the first 4 years, and then I was one of, well, maybe not the first, but potentially close to the first lot of people with disabilities, students with disabilities, to go into the state school system. And school was much bigger. That's when I transitioned from a walking around on crutches scenario to using a wheelchair. And that's when I discovered that I was different, because other kids were really good at telling me that and pointing out all those differences in pretty rude ways sometimes. So school wasn't the best thing. Um, I did well academically, but socially I didn't enjoy it at all. And that also went for high school. As you can imagine, in particular, going from last year of primary into first year of high school, you go from being okay, I guess, in some ways, to being bottom of the pile again. And so that just compounded all those other issues that were happening. I developed a fair bit of anger around that. And so I left school when I was 15, as soon as I was legally allowed. Didn't do anything for some time, and then I volunteered with a group called Youth with a Mission for about 6 years. Um, After that, I volunteered at my church office. I got a little bit of money. That was just to supplement my disability pension. And I did that for 7 years. It was kind of like I'd boxed myself into only doing something really basic like that. But then I got a real job. I was working in the church office getting the emails, and um, I saw an ad for a job in a small church-based credit union. I'd always said at the church, don't give me any money to deal with, but that's what I ended up doing for 13 and a half years. Um, and so I actually got the job. One of my interviewers said, because I have a disability, I might have more patience than the average person. So I guess that was true in a way, although if they'd really known me, they'd know I wasn't so patient. But stuck with the job stuck with me, and then I got this amazing opportunity 10 years ago, almost to the day. It was sometime in February 2016 that I got asked to do an advert for the Paralympic Games that were going on in Rio. And so at first I thought it was a joke. And I said to my wife, "Oh, are we sure this isn't somebody pulling our leg?" But we went for it. Sent them an audition video. They liked it. I got the role, and it was a lot of fun to make. If anybody has any questions about that process, that's good. I see my time has just finished, but yeah, it's led to doing singing as my job now. So I gave up the office job and I just sing at people's parties and I sing at aged care centres and I do government and corporate events and anything that comes my way. And when I'm not doing any of those, I'm busking in Brisbane. So there you go.
Right, Tony. Tony, when did you actually start singing? When did you know you could sing, and when did you think that it could be a career for you?
I was singing low key around church for years and years. Did some of the team leading and hadn't really done anything up front and solo uh, like people do. Um, and then I was doing some open mic nights. My wife actually put up a video of me at an open mic night, and that's what Channel 4 in the UK found when they wanted to do this ad for the Paralympics. And that was years later.
Yeah. Because you have a very distinctive style, and that crooner style back at the old 50s crooner style. So it 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 makes listening to you, and I've heard you sing, it makes listening to you um you're not what you'd call a pop singer, but
No.
you do great versions of any song regardless of the era. And I think that what makes you really interesting to listen to and to watch is your style. Did you develop that style or did it just come to you naturally?
I did singing lessons when I was in my 20s, and that was part of the whole church thing. I wanted the people on my team to, I wanted to encourage them to do lessons, and I thought, well, I better be prepared to do what I'm asking them to do. My singing teacher had me doing some songs originally from musicals like Phantom or Les Mis. And I said to her one day, "Well, these are nice songs, but a bit depressing, really. Some of them, can I have something more cheerful?"
Yeah.
And I came across a CD of Frank Sinatra, and I thought, "Can I try this?" She said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, go for it." Suited my voice.
And who's the most famous person you've ever sang for, Tony?
Sang for the Prime Minister when it was Malcolm Turnbull. But I've sang with some pretty famous people too. Like down in Sydney, I sang with Dami Im and Tina Arena and the Wiggles.